Very good evening, everyone. Let me know in the chat. You guys can see and hear me. Very good evening, Ritik. Thanks, Ansul, for confirming. How you guys are doing? Still, people are joining. Very good evening, Ekta. So, Ekta, you have not joined yesterday class? Okay, no problem. Because I think we have discussed very important concept in last class. So that was sign-in API and how we are going to create the tokens and how those tokens are important. So I hope you understood everything from the class. Today we will just revise little bit that, and then we will see today that how we are going to use the token verification for different APIs. And we will also understand what is the need, why we are creating the verification token APIs or middleware. We will also create one more middleware today that would be for checking the admin part. Okay, so that's part, that middleware we will also try to create today. So Subhajit is saying, sir, in case of web apps like FB, where the user can create and delete posts, how API are handled? Yes, it's the same way, Subhajit. How you are creating here products, how you are updating the products, how you are updating the how you are deleting the products. In similar way, these apps, web, Facebook, Instagram, they have also created some of the APIs, and after creating the APIs, they have written the documentation for them, and then that documents the front end developers are using, and they are interacting with those websites. They are also using the same token based authentication as well for like interacting between the APIs. Sir, here we are making changes in backend. How it is handled there? Yes, they have also, Subhajit, two teams. So they will be having, I think, three teams. One for Facebook app for mobile. That would be another team. There would be Facebook backend team where all the servers, all the backend code we are managing, and then there is a Facebook front-end team who will be working on the websites, on the browsers. So that's how the similar. It's the same culture everywhere. Okay, Subhajit. Even in the PayPal or in any startup organizations, they go with that way only, because the startup organizations, they simply hire people who can do both of the things, like front end and back end. Same person can do. So that's why a full stack developer role has come into the picture. Same JavaScript developer is working on the front end side as well as on the back end side. Okay, and slowly, because React Native is also comes into the picture, so now the same JavaScript developer can work on the mobile app also. So see how the flexibility JavaScript provides you. You will never like unemployed because in the future people are never going to stop creating web apps or mobile apps, right? When they are creating apps, they need servers also. So that's why JavaScript is. That's why I think you guys have chosen very good language to start your career. Okay. Ekta is saying, okay, meanwhile, Ritik has also one doubt. But let me first answer Ekta's question, then we will look into your Ritik doubts. Okay. So the verified token middleware you define for their user was used in the product route 2. Right. So see, verify token middleware, we are going to use that particular middleware in so many routes. Wherever we want that routes to be authenticated, wherever we want that route should not be publicly opened, we will put that middleware in every routes. Okay, Ekta? It's not only for get product routes. See, creation, updation, deletion. These are the operations which should not be publicly available for everyone. You should not be create any products in Amazon websites. You should not be update any price for any products. You should not be able to delete anything, right? You so for that you need some permissions. For that you need some first you need to sign in. So that's why those are the middleware will stop common users to access your APIs. Okay, that's why we have created the verified token middleware, because the common user, they should not be able to access your APIs. Right now our APIs are public. Right now our API, in what way we have written, every API is public. You do not need to provide any tokens, you do not need to provide anything there. You just need to call that API, and you can easily update it, you can easily create it, everything you can do it, right? But you should not, but in a real scenarios, in real web world, we should not be doing these things. The common users or the simple users should not be allowed for create, delete, updation scenarios. So we'll look into that today. We'll talk more about it. Okay. Yeah. Let me see the doubt of Ritik in meanwhile. Let me share my screen also so you guys can also see the doubt. If you guys are facing similar doubts, so that could answer your that could clear your answers as well. Very good evening, Nilanjan. So we are just seeing the Ritik doubts and then we will start. Okay, so this doubt, I think yesterday we have also discussed about this. This error only comes when we are trying to send the response two time, like response.send, and again we are trying to send response.send. This error only comes that time. You can see cannot set headers after they are sent to client. It means you have already sent something, you are again trying to send it. So Ritik, somewhere whenever you are writing the response.send or response.error, you need to put return there. And it looks like uh, it is coming from controller file, it seems like. It has directly reached to controller, and somehow in controller you are trying to send two times. Like you need to look into your code and you need to find it out. Are you sending response.send two times? It should be sent once. So that's what the problem here. Okay, Ritik? For others also, if they are seeing the same error, the error says that you cannot send the headers two times. You have already sent it first time. You have to check your code. Somehow you are sending somehow response.send line is calling two times. Okay. I'm doing good, Ankit. Thanks for asking. I'm expecting the same for you also. So I think yes, we have like covered today, yesterday in last class the authentication API. I'm sure like a lot of people didn't get time to implement that, right? Or you guys have practiced it after I have showed you. Sure, Ritik. Check that part. So have you guys tried to implement or do little bit practice with sign-in APIs, token creation, verify token, these middleware? Slowly things make sense. Yes, that's how the everything is. It like slowly things started making sense. That's totally true. So I think yes, let's start with our slide. I think we have already spent 5 minutes. So and 24 people has already joined. So I will request everyone to be join at right time because I start at before 8 o'clock. Okay, so let's start. Hello, Arad. How are you? So Deepak has also joined. Great. Great. Likit has also joined. Nice. I think from the last two classes, I'm not seeing Joseph. So I'm not sure what happened. His internet is in problem. If Ansul is still here, Ansul, you can check that. I am not seeing Joseph. So let's see. Ritik has said one more. one more like screenshot. So let me share my screen. Meanwhile, so Ritik, first thing, have you copied things from the repo? Because if you have copied from there, you should not getting these errors, but still you are getting. We'll see. So this was the first screenshot, and this is the second screenshot, right? For sign in API. See, line number 38. Ritik, see the line number 38. Rest.send, you're directly sending it here. Then why are you, why, like, I think after that also you're going down. Line number 38 is the problem, Ritik. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You are already sent it. Then you are trying to send it again. Okay, Ritik? I finally got my Thundercline work. I didn't know what the problem. I just copied from Git again. It worked. Yeah, it happens. Okay, guys. So let's start today's class. And today we are just going to add, like on the high level, what I'm trying to say. Today we are going to add some more APIs. Okay. So till now, if I remember, we have created how many of APIs? You guys tell me in the comment. What are the APIs we have created till now? So we have started with, you tell me, what is the first API we have created? Okay, so yes, that's right. So we have started with category, then we moved into the product. We have created the APIs for category, then created APIs for products. Then we created the auth APIs, where we are doing all the user sign up, user sign in. Correct? Those things we are doing. So today we are going to see the next part of e-commerce app, and that is very important apps. That is very important part, which is add your products to cart. You all know that the in all the e-commerce app they have the cart option, right? Where you can add your products, and then later on you can go for checkout, right? So that's what we are going to do it today. So Vishal is saying, sir, in sign-in control, you were using process.env key without requiring .env. No, no. No, Vishal. We have already called this file. Let me show you the flow. You guys are able to see my screen? Let me know first. Yeah. Okay, Vishal. See, this is the this is the file where we have calling the required .env.config, right? And this file server.config.js, we have already called in index.js. This is the first line which is running in index.js. Correct? So when we are calling this file, at that time, this line is running. You can put one console here and you will check that it is going going inside this loop, and then we are calling whole.env. And once we are calling the this line, then all the things from .env will be put it into process.env. Okay, Vishal? So it's happening. This is the first line which is doing the things in index.js. Okay? Okay, Vishal? I did understood. How will this be available in control module? See, Vishal, what I told in the first day, what .env does, what .env required .env.config does, this will put all the variables from the .env to the process.env. Okay, to this variable process.env. You can see the next line only, process.env, and this process keyword is available in whole node.js. If I simply run process here, like if I go into the node and if I run the process, you see this process is available in all the files. This is the global variable which node.js provides us. Okay, so that's why process is available in all the files. Everywhere process is available because node.js provided it is a global label. And .env, what .env is doing? .env is just taking everything from .env and setting it under the process.env. If I just simply print process.env here, process.env, you see, these are the things which are here in the process.env also. Yeah, you see, user. So just .env package internally, just taking all these variable from there and putting it here under the .env. So that's why That's why process.env is available in all the files. Okay, Vishal? And .env is simply putting those variables in process.env. Okay, are we good with that? So, sir, no need to import explicitly, right? No need to import explicitly. No, we need to import. Yes, we do. Yes, yes, that's right. We do not need to import .env anywhere. We do not need to import or require .env in any of file. We just need to import require .env, this line in our top, in our the main file, main index.js file. Then automatically all the things from the .env will be pushed into process.env. Okay. To changing the environment, just we need to change the node underscore env. Yes, Ankit. You just need to change this value, node underscore env, and your environment will be changed. Right now it's development, it could be QA, it could be prod. Okay, Ankit? Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so let's see today's class agenda. So first we'll see, I think we have already done this part where we are trying to understand the challenges with the current APIs. So first we'll understand what are the challenges which we have with the current APIs from the security perspective. Okay. Then we will see, we'll then process to make the category and product API user data. Okay. So then after that, once we understand the challenges with our APIs, then we will try to solve them. Okay. With our verified token middleware, which we already did, but we are going to just repeat the things again here. Okay. And then today we are also going to create one more middleware today. That middleware will only allow admin users to perform some of the actions. You guys remember that some of the actions like create products, create categories, update products, delete category. These are the operations only admin users should do. That's why we have created the role table, right? That's why we have created the role table and we have provided the permissions there. That only the admin should perform the actions, not any other role. Okay. Any other people can do other things, but they should not be allowed to do the creation part. Only admin users should be do that. So today we are going to create the middleware for that also, which will check that our user is admin or not. That's one middleware we will create today. And after that, we will be creating our cart APIs. So for that, the same process, we will first create the model, then we will do the association, and after that, we will write our routes for cart APIs. Okay. And we'll make sure that only authenticated users should be able to create a cart at, okay, that's again, authenticated user means verified token. That's the API. Okay. So, okay, let's see. Ekta has one more doubt. So, what is that? We create authorities arrays for this purpose in the sign-in controllers. Yes, so we have created authorities array. So for the UI actually, not for this purpose, for checking that user is having role or not. We have created the authorities for UI, like for the front end part. So the like see some of the things on the UI like update button. You remember? Like for updating, generally we have the update like pen icon there. So we'll click on that, then edit option will come there, right? So for UI, we are saying that this user has user role only. So you should not display the edit icon there. So for that, we are sending the authorities array. In the real world applications, UI developers or UI code should also know that the user who is accessing their website, that user has what role. So that's why we are sending the authorities array from our side. So the UI in the front end also we can do some of the validations based on the roles, based on the user roles. Okay. So that's fine. Let's move further. Okay, so right now understood the challenges with the unauthenticated APIs. So the challenges with our current APIs. You remember our current APIs are categories, creation of categories, updation of categories, deletion of categories. Same goes for products also. And all the APIs are right now not unauthenticated. Like all the APIs are unauthenticated. It means all the APIs are publicly available. Anyone can access it. Even If they do not have any user creation, they can still access it, right? Like if you have not see in the real world, when you have any Instagram app or Facebook app, you cannot create any post, right? After sign up, after sign in, you can only do these things, right? In the real world scenarios. But right now in our application, anyone can do that. If even if you do not do sign up or do not do sign in, you can still create the APIs, you can still update the products, right? You can still delete the products, because we have not make our APIs in a way so only the authenticated user should be doing these operations, right? Am I right? We can anyone can do that right now, right? Because those APIs are not authenticated. So that's what the first point is saying: no controls on who calls the APIs, because right now it's publicly available, anyone can call it. So that's why we do not have any control on that. Second part, inadequate validations, because right now once we do not have any once our APIs are publicly available, there is no validation available, right? Because only see, if we want to say that only admin should be allowed to do some of the things, then without authentications, how we will understand that either our user is admin or user? Our users who are accessing our APIs, they have what roles? They have admin roles or they have the user roles. We will not understand that part, right? So that's why inadequate validation are there, because we are not providing the unauthentication. We are not providing the authentications for our APIs. Same goes for lack of securities, no control on customer overusing the APIs. We also do not have any control. Once things are publicly, do you have any control on that? No, right? Anyone can access it from worldwide. So that's why they are saying these are the challenges with the unauthenticated APIs. Okay, so guys, okay, let me know. Do we need to authenticate all the APIs, or there should be some APIs which should not be unauthenticated, which should not be authenticated? Let me know in the chat. Do we need to authenticate all of our APIs, or there are some APIs which are needed, do not needed authenticated step? So what are these APIs which are not needed the authenticated parts? What are these APIs? So Ekta is saying view categories without signing it should be allowed. Okay. Seeing products should be allowed. Okay. Seeing products should not be authenticated. Okay. Create, modify, update product APIs to be authenticated, like public APIs like product ads. Yes. So see, first the sign in and sign up API. These two API should not be authenticated. Everyone should be able to access. Everyone should be able to do sign up and sign in. Correct. First thing, these two API should be publicly available. Then I think the viewing part, whenever we are saying about the viewing things, I think those APIs should also be unauthenticated. Like viewing the categories, same for viewing the products, right? If we go for Amazon also, Amazon.com, you can see the products without sign in also, right? You can choose the categories, you can do all these things, right? So all the viewing stuff should not be authenticated. In last class, I have made the viewing, like the get all products, that API only authenticated. But that's wrong actually. In the real scenarios, we should not be make our get APIs all authenticated. Okay, so today we'll correct that part. Okay. To purchasing, then need to authenticate. Yes, when we are doing any creation, updation, deletion, because purchasing is creating a new order. So that's why we need a sign in there. Correct. So let's move into our next slide and then see the benefit of that. Yes, adding a cart is definitely needed, because you need, see, cart is always belongs to user only, or cart is always belong to user. Every user has their own cart, right? As a user, like yeah, it's one to one only. Every user has their own cart. That's why that's why we need an authenticated API there. That's right. That's right, Parag. So I think, yeah, they are, see in the next slide, they are just simply saying that the currently category and products APIs, they are open to read. Anyone can read that things. But we are going to make we are going to put our verified token middleware in all the APIs. Then only restricted users should be doing the operations. So that's what they are saying here. Okay. Then let's move to next slide. Implementing on those API, any client trying to make a call these only APIs need to first access the token and access token. Yeah, the same flow. Correct. Yeah, same flow. Yeah, we can understand this flow, right? So first, for all the create and update delete, if somebody wants to do for products less category, somebody wants to create a product or update a product, same for categories also. So first time, if they are not providing access token, we will simply reject it. We will say that unauthorized, right? You can see the second arrow, which is doing the unauthorized part. Then we have to first call the sign-in API, where we will go to auth part, then we'll get the access token, then send the access token for these APIs. We have already understood this thing. We'll today do that. Okay. So I think, yeah, for verify token. So guys, you can see we have taken the access token. So see, they are taking X access token. So that's fine. That's totally depend on us or our also on our use case or also on our project need. Whatever token, whatever header token we needed. But yeah, X access token is also very common to keep the name there. But it's not mandatory, guys. It's a custom header. We can create according to our need. Okay, it's not needed. It's not fixed. We only need to use X access token. We can use any headers. Okay, you can see here they are using X access token, but we can use any. We can use any headers. Okay, and let's see our code. Okay, and then I think we need to create the one more middleware there that will check for is admin also, that our user is admin or not. Okay, so let's create one more middleware there. Okay, so first let me put here the branch in which I'm going to work today. Let me open the branch first, which will be session 6. This is the branch I'm going to work today. Okay, so let me first revise the the verified token middleware again. Okay, let's see if they have created it in the different files, or they are let me see what are the files they are using. Auth JWT. Okay, so they have created a new middleware. You remember, I have used the same middleware in user only. I kept everything, right? See, verify token. But I think we can create a new middleware file and separate our code. That would be better, right? Like this file will be fully specific to our middleware part. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. We are going to follow the same structure. So we are going to create a new file today under the middleware, and the name would be auth.jwt.js, which will be handling all the authentication part. Okay, and then we'll copy the things from here, like this part, verify token, and keep it into the auth.jwt. Okay, then we'll copy what are the other things we needed from here. I think we needed the JWT also. I'm just replacing the files, replacing the code which we have written. So I've just created a specific file for all the authentication stuff. Okay. So now this is, and next part where we have to change in index.js. So now verify token will not come from there. It will come from next file, which would be auth auth.jwt.js. So let me require it. Yes. So from here, verify token will come now. Right? So we are good now. Verified. That's the change we only need to do. We have created new auth JWT. Let me check. Is anything else needed here? No, I think we are good. Correct? So yeah. So did you guys understood what I did here? I just changed the file. Earlier, all the verified token code was in user.js. So now I moved it into a new file because all the auth related part I want to keep it in one file. Are we good with that, guys? Okay, let's move further. Let's read the verified token one more time. Okay, so see guys, what we are doing in the verified token. So every time any request is coming for our APIs, product APIs, categories API, they all should have this token. Okay, the access token. Let me change this also X access token. That's fine. That will be similar to this slide only. X access token. So they should always have this token X access token in their headers. Okay. So now once they will have the token, now we will check that do they have the token? Yes or no. If they do not have the token, just simply return it. That auth token is missing and simply return it from here. Do not go for controller part. Okay. Let me see here. See, simply once they do not have the token, simply return it from there and simply throw the error that your auth token is missing. Okay. The next thing, if token is there, now we need to verify that this token is correct or they have changed it or that token has been expired. So that's why we are using the JSON Web Token package. So for verifying, we just need two things, token and the process.env.jwt secret key. The secret key which we had in our .env file. This is the secret key. Correct? So now this secret key will be checked and then verify here. Then if result is there, we could do one more thing, guys. So once we are creating our token, what are the payload we were providing? Let me know in the chat. Once we were sign in, what was the payload we were providing? Yes, it was ID, and that ID was user's ID, right? No, it was not email. Okay, if you guys have forget, let me go into the sign in controller then. Let me show you that. Let's go to the auth.js and let's see the sign in part where we are getting the token. Yeah, you see, we are providing the user ID only in the payload, right? Right? So it was just the user ID. So now in our odd like whenever we are fetching our tokens, we can like fetch that user ID and keep it into our request object. So anytime if we want to check a user ID, we can simply check it. So we will simply do request dot user ID equal to result dot ID. Now this request.user ID will be available every time for all the requests. See why we are doing? We don't see if somebody is not passing, like see in the product scenario, in the product, like we are creating the product APIs, right? Let me show that in the Postman. If I have any product APIs, let me check. Yeah, you can see this is the product API, right? Where we are creating the product. Can you see that anywhere I'm passing user ID here? Anywhere? No, right? I'm creating a new product. Am I passing anywhere user ID? No, right? So now how will I check this user is having user role or admin role? So that's why we will check it from this, because from our token, we will check our user ID. From our token, because while creating token, we are using the user ID. So now in all other APIs, if you want to access the user ID part, we have to extract it from our token and then assign it to request.userid. Then in request, every time user ID will be available. So that's what we have done it here. And now I will show when we will create the next API here, which would be where is admin Here we will use the same user ID. Async function is admin. Let's take request response next. Correct? And let's export this one also. Is admin. Right? Let's export it from here also. From index.js. So now it will be available for everywhere. Is admin. So guys, let me know first. Are we good with this line? I will show you examples also in some minute. But did you understood why we did that? Did you guys understood why we did that? Okay, so see, very simple examples. You just let me know this is the post API for product, right? Now I want to check that I want to like in the scenario is only admin should be able to do these things. Now, and how we will understand the our user is admin or not? We need a user ID for that. So do you see anywhere I'm passing user ID in this API? Let me know in the chat. Do you see? Am I passing anywhere the email like user ID in this API? Let me come to the no, right? We are not passing a user ID. Now, how we will get that user ID? How we will we get that user ID? So for that, we will use our token. We will parse our token. We will once we verify our token, we get the user ID only, which we have encrypted while creating the signing. Correct? That's what I showed you, right? While in sign in, you see in the sign in part, I am just encrypting our user ID only. Correct? So that's what when we do the verify, we get in this result, we get our payload only. And that payload is only the ID part. So that's why I just assign this ID to request.user ID variable. Now now see this request is available everywhere. This request is here also. This request is here also. Same request goes to controller also. You see, in the controller, same request is coming. So now, because this is the first middleware where we will call the verify token, then request.user ID will be assigned to us. Now everywhere we will have the user ID. Okay. So that's what we are trying to do. We will just once our token is verified, we will get the user ID from there because we are the one who is encrypting the user ID into that. Okay. Sure, Vishal. We will console it. No problem. So let's console our result here. Yeah. So let's start our server. npx node1 index.js. Verified token is not defined. Verified token is not defined. So where it is not defined, verified token is here, verified token is here, and then it has to go to where in category only, right? Yeah. No, no, where we have put it in products also. Yeah, verified token is here. It should go from the middleware. So middleware index.js. Okay, verified token is there. Is it the spelling is wrong? Verified token, verified token. Mhm. Okay. And then we are importing the same file here, auth jwt, and then we have our verified token here also. Then we have it here also. And then if we go into the product.js, so we have our verified token here also. It should work. Okay, so error is coming from middleware user.js. So middleware user.js. Okay. We are using the verified token. We haven't removed it from here. That was a mistake. Yeah, we have fixed. We have fixed it. Okay. So let's. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Likit. Okay, so let's create a new user first. Let me check in the database. Do we have user or not? So localhost, phpMyAdmin. Let's see that. Yes, we have Arpit user. So we can directly go for sign in now. So where is our sign in API? Yes, this is our sign in API, right? We are passing Arpit and ABC123. So we'll get the token now. So now we get the token. So now we'll copy this token and we'll go into the get product API. Yeah, this one, and paste our token. And we have to change the token name also because we have taken the x-axis token, right? So let's change this to x-axis. Yes. Now let's call it. See, now let's check the console which we have put it here. Yeah, you can see this. The result ID, IAT, and let me increase the size. Yeah, can you guys see it? This thing, the result which we have consoled, ID, IAT, and expiry, and this ID is only the user ID, right? Because that's what we are creating. That's what we are putting it as a payload. Are we good with that, guys? Now, so now we got our user ID. Now we can check it into our database that what roles this user ID has, and based on that we can identify that our user is admin or not. Are we good with that, guys? Let me know in the chat. Yes, great. So now let's create our check admin API. Is admin API? Sorry, middleware, not API. Middleware. So now let's move to is admin one. Yeah. Okay. So now first thing we need to do here, we need to get the user ID only. So const user ID, and from where request dot user ID. Correct. We'll get it from there only because there only we have set it request dot user ID. So we'll get it from there, our user ID. So now once we get our user ID, now what is the next thing we need to do? Now the next thing we need to do, we need to call the user model, right? And from there we will get our, because user dot get roles. You guys remember? Where we will user dot get roles. So from there we will get our roles. So let's call the user model. Let's first import our user model. Models, yes. Let's import the user one, right? And let's find it out our API. So first let me put the try catch just for the like unwanted scenarios. So we'll simply, if we got any error, for the just unwanted scenarios, so error, and let's res dot send. We can simply say internal server error, internal server error, right? And then set the status also, status as 500, and also send the error so people can understand what is the error there. And then you was always, you guys remember, we are doing the return here, otherwise it will go for next line, right? Let's do that try here. So we have to get our user first. So const user await user model dot. You guys remember that I method one method I told you. One is find by one, and another one is find by primary key. You guys remember find by primary key also? Yes, you can see in the slides they are giving that method only. You can see here they are using the find by primary key. So we can do that also, or we can do the other one also, like the find one also. So anyone is fine. Both are similar. So let's try find by PK also. Okay. So find by. Let me see the syntax. Am I using anything wrong or not? Let me check syntax. So yeah, B is capital, and I think first letter is only capital. That's fine. PK is P capital. Okay. And then we have to pass our user ID here. Correct. Now we should get our user. So we can print, we can console it also our user for later We can check our user is here or not, right? And then we can go for user dot get roles, right? This is the another one, which we can keep it as a await also. And here we can take it as a roles. We can simply take user roles, const user roles, right? So now we'll get, first we'll get our user, then we will get the roles of that user. And somebody will not be confused why we are using the small user, because this is once we get all users, then only we can get the get roles and set roles. Okay, then we can print our user roles also. User roles quickly, and then we can go for loop, because this will be array, right? The user dot get roles will be an array, right? The user, yes, k is small. So because user dot get roles will be array, because one user can have many roles, right? So that would be one. That would be one greater, like that would be one array. And now we are going to check that that array has a role name as admin or not. Has a role name as the admin or not. Okay, that's what they are checking here also. You can see the roles I dot name is equal to admin. If that role is admin, then we are good. Okay, so let's first, I think let's check. Let's console this much part and then check. Are we good here or not? I'm just simply sending here response dot send. You guys do not do that, but I'm just simply sending here our users till now and return. So it will not go into other further part. So let's check. Let's put this for this again for the same API, the get one. Why you guys know why I'm doing the get one? Because I do not need to provide any post data or anything. That's why I'm using the get one. But you guys do not need to do that. We will correct this thing, because I do not need to put any data for testing this part of code. So that's why I'm just doing it in get part. Okay, but that's not correct. But let's start our server. Okay, so we have started our server, so let's check it. So I think our token will not be expire, but let's see. So what is this API? Oh, we have created a product here, or I don't know what is happening here. Oh, okay, yeah, we have called the same API. Yes. Yeah, so this is the result for is admin only. Yeah. So yeah, here we can see our user roles, right? And here we can see our user also. So yeah, we have console two things, right? We can see first we have console our user, then the user role. So you can see for user how the data looks like. The user, it is coming ID, username, and everything is coming like this. So now our user is correct. Now we are going to look for role. So you can see this user has two roles. One is this one, ID one, and then there will be another object. Yeah, ID two. So we just simply need to like iterate it. Correct. So let's iterate it in this user role, and then we will check it. So we'll put one for loop here. Let I is equal to 0, I less than user roles dot length, whatever length is there, and I plus plus. We'll simply check here if user roles index I dot name is equal to admin, right? What was the value they are giving? Admin, yes, that one. If this is admin, then simply break this, and then simply do the next. I think break is not needed. We'll simply do the next here, right? It will go into the next part. Otherwise, do the continue. Go for do the further things. Correct? No need for return now. Or if this is not the case, and like if our loop has been fully returned, then we can simply at the end we can simply return from here response dot send, because if we are not calling the next, then we have to return something from here, right? And that would be our error. Status 400, because it means this user is not admin and he is not allowed to do things. Correct? So we can simply say user does not have admin access. Correct? And then we can simply do the return from here. Correct? Okay, guys. So let me just remove these user roles and everything from here also. Let's see now how this looks like. Okay, our server is running. And let's click on the send. So user does not have admin access. But this user has, so something is wrong here. User roles is there, I.name is there. Let me check the code here also. Yeah, looks good, right? Roles is there, roles I.name is equal to admin. That's what we also did. I think user I.name is not, we will not able to access it directly. We need to provide the same structure. I'm not sure how they are doing it here. User I.name, very weird. But let's do the same structure. Let's follow the same structure which user has. Like data values will be also there, right? Let me console it again so we can see that. Let's print the user roles. And we will get the whole JSON structure in our console. Yeah, we can see data values dot name. So let's do it here. Let's do this here. Data values dot name. So now we should get it. Data values dot name is equal to admin, and we can simply return it from here. Otherwise, it will throw the error, which is already it was doing down. Correct. So let's see this time. Yes. Now you can see we are getting the result here, right? Because now it has got the admin role. Now let's try to create a new user, guys, which does not have admin role. Okay, let's try to create a new user. So we are in the sign up API. Let's only provide the one only here. Let's change this name to Arpit12 and password is ABC1234. Now you can see this does not have the admin role because it has only one. One is user role, right? Let me check in the database table also about the roles table. Yes, one is user. Correct. So it does not have it. So let's click here. Email already exists. Okay. Email we will change it. 12. User has been created successfully. Now sign in. Now we'll sign in with this user, Arpit12. And our password is also ABC1234. Correct? ABC1234. Now let's sign in with this credentials. Now we got the different token. Now this user is not admin, so I should not be able to access these data. So let's provide the different token here now, which is not admin. Okay, let's access it. See, user does not have admin access, so that's why now they will not be able to access it. Correct, guys? So let me remove it. And guys, you can see one weird thing is happening every time this new users has been created. Can you see that? Why this is happening? Because in index.js, once our server is starting, this default data every time it is inserting. Earlier, what was happening? We were deleting the tables and then inserting these data. But right now, it's happening every time. So now what we will do, let me do one thing to stop this also, because we do not want this default roles every time created. So first let me do the sync again, force true. So everything will be deleted. I'm fine with that. We'll create the users again, no problem. Yeah, it was the object, right? Like this. Let's start our server again. Node index.js. Now everything will be deleted. Correct? Now let's see. The user is okay. 1 minute. Cards is there. What happened? Something, some errors are coming. Okay, does table. What happened? Drop table if exists. User roles product. Okay, sequelize.sync force true. Key constraint error. So it seems like sequelize cannot delete or update a parent row foreign key constraint. Okay, drop table if exists product. So somehow, hmm, you guys remember this error? So somehow sequelize.sync is not working properly here. It's not able to delete my tables. So it's weird because sequelize.sync should automatically do these things. So it has deleted the user roles. You can see it has deleted the user's role, but it's not able to delete the products. So it should be deleting the categories first, and then it should be deleting the products. So that's fine. Let me delete it at my own. Okay. Let me delete the products table. Yeah. So how we will delete it? Drop table products or categories. I think yes, because categories is the one. Drop table categories. Cannot delete. Okay. So which table have the relation with them? Is it the product table? Okay. Okay. So let's try to delete the product first. Then drop table products. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so cannot delete a foreign key constraint. Okay, so products has any foreign key constraint with anything? Let me see the structure here, guys. Okay, so we are good. Oh, okay. Actually, I have created something because I was doing the practice. So actually, I have created the card table at that time. That's fine. Let me delete that first. That was the problem. Understood. Okay, so this is also not deleting. Let's delete the card products then. Okay, so card product has been deleted. Let's delete now the drop. I'm just deleting everything, guys. Okay, all the tables I'm deleting. Okay, let's delete now cards. Yes, now it should be deleted. Now everything should be deleted. Drop table products. This one also should be deleted. Yeah. Now we can delete the categories also. Yeah. Okay, so now we do not have anything. Now let's start our server. Okay, so now we can see everything will be created. Yeah, roles has been created. Users will not be created, and products default 3 products should be created, and categories should be created. Right now, what we will do now we will comment out these things because we don't want to create every time these things. Right, we'll comment out. Right, and here we will write the earlier one, the authenticate. Authenticate. Correct. That was the syntax. Now let's start our server again. Node index.js, and we will see everything same. There will not be any extra products and extra categories. Okay, guys. So now that we have fixed this issue also, which was creating the multiple same data multiple times, right? Okay, so now let me come into the chat and let me understand your questions. It's tricky. Suraj is saying it's tricky. No, Suraj, actually, it's not tricky actually. See, it's very straightforward. If we look for the is admin part, if you're talking about this one, so let me revise it again, guys. We are getting the user ID from the request, which we only set it here, which we have already only setting here, the request.user ID, because in our token we are only the one who are encrypting our user ID. So now when we are decrypting it, we can assign it anywhere. So I have assigned it into the request.user ID. Why in the request? Because request is accessible everywhere, every middleware. Request is accessible. So that's why I am attaching my user ID in request. I can attach it any other place also. I can create a new object and attach it there. Then I need to pass that object everywhere, in every middleware in controller. But request already is passing everywhere. That's why we have attached our user ID there. So now once we have attached our user ID, now every this particular request has user ID attached to it. So now we can see once we in is admin, because how we will understood that our user is admin or user, simple user has role. So that's for that we need the user ID. So you can see we have used the find by primary key. This is the method which our models provide, and we have passed our user ID. We get all the user data for that user ID. Now we are calling the get roles. This is the association method which we have discussed, seen it multiple times. Set roles and get roles. This is the association method. So which will give us all the users, whatever the roles this users have, it will give us all the information to us, right? Then we just simply, because this user has multiple roles, so we just went into we just iterated on that array, and then we are checking that this user has admin role. If yes, then we are simply calling our next and simply returning it from here. If we are not returning it from here, if this user does not have admin role, we are going into this line and we are saying user does not have admin access. Okay. So now guys, now because this particular thing, we have to provide this thing in all the post APIs, not here. You guys remember? Because we have already discussed all the get APIs should be publicly available. So all the get APIs should be publicly available. That's why we should not have this validation here. We should be having these validations in our post, put and delete. Only admin can do these things, and these API should be authenticated. So that's why we are going to add these things here, the verify token and is admin. So first we will check our data, then verify token, and then is admin. Same goes for put also. So now this is the real thing. Okay. Same goes for categories also, guys. So let's go to categories also quickly. Let's call our middleware is already there. So let's call verify token and is admin. Okay. And then simply call post API where we are trying to create it, put verify token, and then put the next one, which is admin. And then paste the same for put and delete also. Okay. Okay, guys. So you guys will tell me if I put is admin before and then verify token, will it work? If I put is admin before the verify token, will it work? Why not? Yes, ID is missing. Correct. Because user ID, see, in the is admin part, we are looking for user ID. In is admin middleware, we are looking for user ID. And that user ID we are only setting in verify token. So that's why verify token has to be called first, then we have to check for is admin. Yes, first authenticate, then go for is admin. That's totally right. So now I'm going to push this code and you guys test it. I will wait for 10 minutes, and then in meanwhile I will take the questions and then you guys can test it also. Okay. We have already tested it through the get all products, but you can test it with the post APIs also. Okay. So let me first push these changes. Now you guys will be able to see it. Now let me check the questions. Yes, we can use the seeders for default data. That's totally right, Ankit. Definitely. Sir, please explain the two newly created middlewares. Already explained, Ekta. You have already seen it, right? Can you explain the flow of our e-commerce app in short? Yes, sir. So see, our e-commerce app will start with sign up. So first user will sign up there. After sign up, they will do the sign in. So for that, we have already created our APIs. After sign in and sign in, now we will be there are some of the get APIs which they can call. Then they can see some of the default data, right? Then if the user has admin role, they can create some of the products, they can create some of the categories, they can update products, they can update the categories. That's what till now they can do. Today we are going to create one more feature, that would be adding a product to cart. So that would be the new feature which we will add. That's what they can do till now. Okay, sir, hope you understood. So can you please explain these two middlewares briefly, like the flow ones and... Okay. So you want me to explain it again? No problem. So yes. So you have already watched yesterday video, Ekta. So you have understood that when once we are doing the sign in, we are creating one token, right? So that token has to be, that token is having the payload and the header and the signature. Three things that token is having. And now we are saying every request which is coming from the UI side, except the get APIs, all the requests should be authenticated. All the requests, all the API should be authenticated. So how we will check that? So we'll check that through our tokens only. Okay, we will check that only through our tokens. So what we are doing in these middlewares, if you check in the auth JWT, this is the first middleware, verify token, where we are looking from, where we are saying to the customers or the client that pass this token in X access token only in the headers. Okay, so guys, I'm just explaining it to Ekta. Who, for others, please try to do this. We will be starting our topic in next 10 minutes. Okay, I'm just explaining it to Ekta. Please try to test it, whatever we have done it. Okay, for others. Okay, so now see Ekta. So what we are doing, trying to do it. So we are saying to the customers or the client, you have to pass this token in headers. So they will pass it through a custom header. They will create X access token. They will pass that token here. So now once we get this token, we have to verify this token is correct or they have manipulated it. So for that, we are using jw.verify. Correct? We are passing our token which we got from the user, and we are passing our secret key only. Once we verified it, and if token is good, then we will get our result. In that result, we got payload. The payload, same payload which we are using for while sign in. So you remember while sign in, this is a payload which we are inserting here. ID, user ID. And automatically JWT added two more things, like the creation time and expiry time. Right? So that's why if you will print this result, you will see three things. One is the payload which you have created and the two default things. So now because this ID is user ID, so now we have taken the ID and because we need this user ID further scenarios, so that's why we have created a new key under the request object, request.user ID, and kept our user ID there. And then we are doing the next here. Everything is good here. Go for next middleware, and the next middleware is admin. So we are fetching the same user ID here, going for database in user, checking that user exists. If user exists, check the roles, and in the roles, once we get the roles, then go for then check that that user has admin role or not. If that user has admin role, then it's fine. Then go for next thing. Otherwise, just simply say the errors. Say that. Okay, Ekta? Okay. Sarad, hope you understood the e-commerce app flow. Let me know in the chat. Sarad, let me turn on the. Thank you. So anyone tried it? Vishal, Ankit, Niranjan, Arad, Parag. Okay, trying. Okay. Yeah, please do that. Okay. Yes, we just need to simply add this middleware in required routes. Yes. We'll create the cart. In cart also we'll add these middlewares. Totally right. Arad is trying. Okay. Ankit, Deepak, Vishal, Likhit, Ritik, Suraj. So you have to check if you do not have admin role, are you able to do the operations? Are you able to create it if you do not have admin role? So you have checked that part? Yes, you if you do not have a user, you need to sign up. Ankit, if you do not have user in database, you need to sign up. Then and create two users. First user with admin role and another user without admin role. Okay. Then try to sign in with both users one by one. If I have previous user, then how to create with admin access? You have to create a new user, Nilanjan. You have the API for that, right? The sign up API. You have to sign up again. In routes, yes, you have routes, right? For sign up. What happened, Nilanjan? You have created the user yesterday also, right? Then only we are doing the sign in. So you have to create another user. Yes, you are trying for admin access. So you try to create a new user with just admin access. Give it admin access as 2. Right? You see, right? I have created the user without admin access. You see? I have created a user without admin access. I've just provided the roles as 1. So now if you want to create a user for admin access, just provide 2 here. Okay? Yes, you have to give the roles. Yes, that's right. You can see here, right? Yeah, please do that. Anyone else has done it? Sure, sure. No problem. We can wait for 9, 11 or 12. Then we can start our card part. What about others? Vishal, it's working. Acha, Vishal has already told me that it's working for him. Vishal, it's working, right? You have already tested with another user which has admin or not admin role. You already tested that. So everyone has to test in that way only. They have to create a new user. So you have to create two users. One has admin access, one without admin access. And then try to sign in with both users. And then test it all the APIs one by one. Arad is still trying, okay. Likhit, Sarad, Deepak, done sir, it's working fine. Great Deepak. So I think our next part is, let me check. Meanwhile, all the routes they have provided. Yes, 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 category routes. Okay, testing. They are now doing the testing also for categories. Okay, then we are going to move to the next set of feature. Yes. Okay. We will now understood the create a card and products and yeah, that part. So let's complete this thing and then we will move into the next part. So before break, I want to do initial setup like model creation, model association, and initial setup for routes controllers. So if you guys have already done it, like Deepak and Vishal has done it, so you guys do the initial setup for cart URL. So create a one routes file, creates a new route file for cart, create a new file for controller also. Please try to do that thing. And then I will tell you about the model creations. Do the initial setup, and you know that once you will create the routes, you have to import it into main index.js also and routes index.js also. Do the initial setup, then match it with me when I will do that. Okay. Whoever has done it, do the initial setup for a new routes. So just understand we have to create a new route, and that route is cart route, CART cart. Where to edit the tokens in Postman? So Ekta, here you see in beside body we have headers also, so you can edit here. You can provide a new token here. Let me go to the yeah, here you can see X access token I provided under the headers. Then here you can provide the token value. Okay, Ekta? So let's try this thing. Arad, is it done? Sarad, Likhit, Nilanjan. Yes, Vishal. Another route file for cart. Same for controller also. So you just understood, Vishal, like you got one requirement or new feature where you are simply you have to create a new routes for cart API. So that's what simple requirement. Now what are the setup you will do in your project? You just do that, and I will do it. I will then do it. You just match it. It's still trying because of lag. Oh, I see, Arad. Understood. No problem. Okay, so if everyone has done it, please write it in chat so we can start with cart one also. No problem, Arat. If you right now, if you are slow, you can spend time later also. So see, if you are doing it slow, that's fine. But just for whoever is doing slow, they have to spend little bit extra. That's what they have to remember. Nothing else. You are not behind of anyone. You just need to spend little time extra. That's what. So Ekta, has you done it? That the token part? Okay, great. So you have tested it, right? You have created two users and you have tested it properly. Nilanjan is still trying. I didn't get any answer from Sarad. Ankit. Ankit, have you done it? I didn't see any response from Ankit also. Vishal has done it, not from Sarad also. Parag also has not given any answer. Likhit also, Ritik also has not given any answer. Ankit has done it. Great. So Ankit, go for next part. Okay. Okay, Ekta. Ankit has created the routes also. That's great. Facing error of catch part. Okay. So it means you are getting error here, right? In this part, right? It looks like this error will only come when you will be using wrong model. So just check here your model name, Parag. Okay. Just check that this model name is correct or not. Or then do not do the mistake of capital user here, like capital U for users while you are getting the roles. These are the two things. Just check in your code. Okay, Parag? Otherwise, paste the screenshot. Okay, guys. So in meanwhile, everyone is mostly has done it. So let's now discuss the next part, guys, which is the cart. So as we know that whenever we are seeing any products in any e-commerce website, Suraj has also done it. Very nice, Suraj. Ekta has also done it. Great. Okay. So as I was talking about the cart, so as you can see in all e-commerce app, we have the cart, right? Where in the cart, the purpose of cart is very simple. We have to put our products there, right? Um, sure, Niranjan. So let's put your screenshots there, and then we will check about it. Okay. Let's understand in meanwhile the cart part. Okay. So, okay. So see, now what is the purpose of cart is simple. Whenever you are seeing any products of any number of products in any e-commerce app, you can simply add them in the cart. And later on, you can simply remove products from cart or update quantity of those products, or simply like if you are okay with all the products in cart, you can go for checkout. These are the options which all the e-commerce websites provides us, right? So that's what we are also going to do it today. So see in the slides, if you will see, if I go into the slides parts, they have provided us to create three endpoints. Let me go there very quickly. Yes, so they have provided us three endpoints. One is where authentic, see, everything is happening only with authenticated user, not without authenticated user. It means every time we have to validate the token. And these all three routes will be having the verified token, right? So that's what the meaning of authenticate user. So they are saying to us to create a three endpoints where with the first endpoints we can create a cart, and the second endpoints where we can add products in cart, and the third is where we can update products in cart. So we will also create three endpoints. One for adding creating a new cart, second would be update products, and third would be delete. Okay, they have given the add products in the cart, so that would be update only. While updating products in the cart, that would be adding products in the cart only. Okay, see, they have created actually three endpoints. One for creating a cart, but I personally feel when we are creating a new user, at that time only we should be adding the cart entries also. Do you guys believe that? Because every user has a cart, right? Every user like one to one directly belongs to cart. So I should not be having I should not be having an extra endpoint just for creating a cart. Once the user is sign up, I should automatically create a cart entry for that. I personally feel that, but in this e-commerce applications, they have given one endpoint just for creating a cart. But I was just thinking, like, do we really need a separate endpoint just for creating a cart? But what do you guys believe? Let me know in the chat. Yes, I also feel that when we are creating a user, at that time automatically the card should be created. A card ID and user ID should be same, right? Card ID and user ID should be same because user and card association is one to one. Let me know in the chat what do you guys think. See, if you will see there, and if I go further, you can see they have created three endpoints. If I go into their routes, let me go into their routes. Yeah, there are routes you can see. They've created three endpoints slash B1 slash cart, second the update one, and third the we can get all the products in cart. These three things. But I believe the cart should be created like the first endpoint is not necessary because automatically cart should be created for that user while we are calling a sign up API. Let me know, guys. What do you think? I am also thinking. Am I thinking correct or not? Every unique user should have their own card. Yes, that's what a one-to-one relation should be there. So that's what I also think, and I am also going to do the same. In the same sign up API, I am going to call the card.create. there only. I will use the cart.create directly there. Okay, so Ekta is saying, sir, what however in the MVC model, do we not need a specific cart model? Yes, we need a specific cart model. But I'm talking about the cart creation. Model is fine, but where I'm saying the cart creation, when user is signing up, at that time we can just simply create a new entry in the cart table. So the see model part, creating a table for cart. I am talking about creating a data in cart table. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's what guys, I will create a cart at that time when we are going to create our sign up API. We do not need to see from the UI, we have to call one more API just for creating a cart. That doesn't feel good. I personally feel. So I'm going to create the cart at that time only when we are going to create our user, because every user has one-to-one relation with cart. Okay. Yes, upon sign up card creation optimum time. Yes, Parag, I also feel that it could be kept empty if user not adds anything. Yes, if user does not add anything, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that was about the cart and user, guys. Now let's talk about cart and products. Cart and products. What is the relation between these two? Cart and products. In cart, definitely we can add many products, right? So the between cart and products, it should be many to many, right? The multiple products can be added to cart, and if we same see from the cart also, so cart can add multiple products in that. Correct? It should be many to many. So one cart ID can have multiple products. Correct? And the multiple products can be added to multiple cart IDs also. So always between cart and products, the association is many to many. The same product can be added to many carts. And the same product, like if you will see from the both sides, the one product can be added to many carts and many carts can add the same products. So it should always be many to many. Right, guys? Let me repeat it again. So let's see the Born Beta. Let's see the Born Beta products. Right? I as a user, I am also purchasing the Born Beta, and you are also purchasing the Born Beta. You have your card. I am having my own card. Right? So you can see the same product is going to add to multiple cards. Correct. So you can see the and these cards are going to add like apart from one Born Beta, I can also add like Complan or any other products also, right? So same way, always between the card and products, it's always many to many. Are we good, guys, with the card and product relation? Let me know in the chat, guys. So always between cart and products, it's going to be one to one. Okay. So now I think we have understood all the theoretically, all these things. Let's create our cart model first. So let's see. I think they have provided only two things. I think I was just looking into their code. So they have provided only the cost, like the final cost after adding all the products in cart table. What is the cost of that products? I think that's why they have only taken one column for that. That is cost. An ID and created and updated and automatically will be created, right? So we will also do the same. So let's create a cart model, and that will only have what I did. Okay, yeah. So that will only have one column that will be cost. So we are going to keep all whatever the products we have added, the total cost will be there. So let's add a new model there. How we will do that? Simply, we will use the sequelize CLI commands. npx sequelize model generate. See why I haven't worked earlier with sequelize, but now I remember the syntax. It just with the practice and I'm writing it. That's why I remember it. Minus minus name, card, and then I need to provide the attributes. Attributes. And I am just providing one attribute, which is cost, and this cost will be integer, right? So now we can see we have created a new model. right? Which is the cart model, correct? We have created the new model here, which is having cost, and we have this migration file also, right? Now we will write the association also between cart and products. So now the association would be same, many to many. How we do that? Cart dot has belongs to, belongs to, sorry, belongs to, okay, belongs to many, and models dot, which model it belongs to? Products. Let me see the spelling of my products. It's in S, all right. Products, yes. Model in products, yes. I'm writing correct. Model of products and through which this will be the new table, relation table, through cart products. Cart products. This will be our new table, cart products. And the same line will go here also, in the products also. Right? Products is already belonging to categories. Now product will have one more thing. Products dot belongs to any models dot cart through cart products. That will be a new table for us. Cart products. Right, guys. That's how we do the many to many association. We put products dot belong to many, our model's name, then we write our the common table which we are going to create through cart products. Same goes for cart also. So let's do now the next command for migration app. So this will be created in our database also. So npx sequelize. Yes, I think db colon migrate. Let's see, this will work or not. Yes, it has created the cart products. Let's see, do we have the new table or not? Let me see, guys. So we have carts table, but I think we do not have the that table, because in the migration because we have only done the migration part, and migration table does not telling about anything about the association. So I think we need to start our server, right? And yeah, we need to sync up. Where is that? Yeah, in index.js, we have to run this line again. Yeah, we have to again open all these things. We have to uncomment everything because all default data we needed. Or we can simply call the cart products, but let's do this fine. Let's do the sync force true. Now everything will be created from new ways. Correct? So let's start our server node index.js. Yeah. Now if we will check our tables, let's see. We got cart products, right? It has two columns, cart ID and product ID. Correct? And we see our carts table, it has cost only. This is the column which will keep the total cost. How many products we have added, we will keep it here. And the same way we have our products table. Correct? So how many products we will add in cart, that information will come in this cart product table. Correct? So we will have cart ID and product ID here. Correct? So let's now uncomment all these things again. All the default data. And then we can do the authenticate also. Authenticate. Right? Correct. Now everything will be in database. Our product is there, products is there, all three categories are there, everything is good. Correct. So let me first, and yes. So after let me check first all of your any queries you guys have. Suraj is saying confused. How is many because one users have one card. No, no, no. You are checking about the users. No, 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 Suraj. Check between cart and products, not between user and cart. User and cart is one to one. Check between user products and cart. In one cart, do not forget the user now. You have multiple carts in your table, right? In your table, you have multiple cart ID, cart ID 1, cart ID 2, cart ID 3, cart ID 4. You have 5 carts, right? Cart IDs. And then you have 5 products. So now you tell me these 5 products can be in any of the carts. And these that's why we have many to many relation. Let me draw it, guys. See, guys. Okay, so 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. I do not have the pen today, but yes, let me explain it to you. Okay, so 1 minute, guys. So yeah, let's understand this first. Then I will just do the because I do not attach the pen today, so that's why I was not able to draw it today. But yes, I will just do it in once we will go for break. So see, understood, guys. In see, do not relate cart with user now. Just forget that relation. Go for cart and products only. Okay. So see, there are 4 carts which which has been created in database. Okay. Every cart belongs to user. That's fine. We have created 4 cards in table cart and which has the ID as 1 2 3 4. So now 4 cart has been created. Correct. Now there is two products. For the first product is table, second product is chair. So the cart 1 could also have the table, cart 2 could also have the table, cart 3 could also have the table, cart 4 could also have the table. So this is many to many relation, right? The table is belonging to many cards and every cart is belonging to table. So this is many to many relation, right? Between cart and products. Okay, Suraj? Yes. Ekta, what happened, Ekta? Don't we need to define user and cart relation? No, Vishal. We do not need to define. That's one to one. We have we defined anywhere one to one relation? No, right? We have defined only one to many or many to many relation. Have we defined anywhere one to one relation? No. So the db migrate command is significance for default table or data creation? For table creation. db migration always for default table. Data creation will happen with seeders. Okay. Understood. Understood. Could you show models? Sure. Yeah. This is the models here. So let me paste that model line which I have created, which I have used. This line will be here. You guys can also create the model quickly. Very small model, by the way. But I'm saying like, do not copy it. Oh, I was not sharing my screen. No, sorry for that, guys. Do not copy the model line which I have provided, guys. Yeah, we will go for break, Parag. Let me do the initial setup, then we'll go for break. So this is my model, guys, where we have our cart model, we have only one column cost, and then we have created the association. Correct? Okay. Now, guys, let's do one more thing. Let's do our initial setup for cart in routes. So how? So first thing, where we have to create a cart. So now let me know in the chat. Whoever has done it, that's fine. Just let me in the chat. What is the first thing which we need to create here? Where, like, what is the folder where we have to go first to create an initial setup for new routes? In which folder we need to go, guys? Yes, it's a routes folder. In the routes folder, we have to go for cart.js. Cart.js. And then in index.js, we have to import this file. Const equal to require cart. Correct? Now let's go into the cart and let's do the initial setup. Let's copy it everything from the here and paste it into the cart. Let's change the name category routes to cart routes. Let's export it in index.js. Similar way. cart routes, right? And let's delete everything here. All the routes, we'll create it, right? Let's delete everything, middleware and controller also. This is the initial setup we need to do for routes. Now, once we have our cart here, now where we need to add this cart routes now? Everyone in the chat, now we have exported our cart routes in routes index.js file. Now, where we need, no, not in controller, where we need to add this route. So we can access it. In specific routes, yeah, these are specific routes, right? Cart or category, we have brought all the routes at one file, which is index.js. Now we have this cart route. Now how, where we have to where we have to add it, so that everyone can access it now in index.js, in main index.js. That's right, in main index.js we need to now call the cart routes also. And then at the end, app.use cart routes. So everyone can now access these cart routes. Correct. Now the next thing is the when we have our routes, we also need our controller, because every request will go to controller. Correct. So now let's create a one file in controller also. We'll see about the middleware if we need anything in the middleware. But let's first create the cart.js here. Cart.js. And then import this file in cart.js in route. Const equal to require controller/cart. That is the initial setup we need to do. Now we will write our functions. Let me push this code and then we'll go for break. Yeah, now I pushed it. Now we can go for break, guys. You guys can also try it. So we haven't tried it anything. We just created a new tables. So you guys can also try it. Whoever wants to go for break, they can go for break. We will be starting it at 9:40 is there. So we'll be starting at 9:55. Okay. So we'll be starting at 9:55. So let's put the 15-minute timer here. 15-minute timer. Now we have to create our cart APIs. Okay. In meanwhile, you guys can try it also, creating the model and syncing it into database. That's what you need to do. So before going for break, just do this thing, guys. Create a new model and just sync it with your database. I think for syncing, you need to do these things. Like in index.js, whatever I have commented out, you just need to uncomment it. And instead of authenticate, you just need to write sequelize.sync force true. Then everything will be synced there. Okay. Whoever has done it, please let me know in the chat. They can go for break. Nilanjan, Parag, Sarad, Ekta, Deepak, Suraj, Ankit. Niranjan has done it. You have done it. Ankit has done it. Ankit, you can go for break now. What about Ekta, Sarad, Parag? Okay, you have done. I have done. Going for dinner. Sure, Niranjan. If you have done it, please go for break. Yeah. Model created. Few things left. Model created. Okay, model created. So yes, I think you have to go into main index.js, Vishal, and then you have to change, uncomment some of the things, and then I think you need to write sequelize.sync. So everything, all the models will be synced there. Before that, just do the association also between products and cart. Doing main index. Sure, Ekta. Please do that. Whoever is done it, please go for break. Deepak, Likhit, Suraj, Sarad, Arad. Arad might be doing it, but this is fine. You guys can go for break, then we can do it again. No problem. Okay, now we will talk after break. Okay. Is everyone back now? What are the problems, Sarad, you are facing? Card created just associating the columns. Okay. Yeah, do the association. That should be many to many between card and products. Great, 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 Sarath. You also done the initial setup for cart API. So now database is missing. So you need to run that command, DB database. Let me search that command. npx equalize. I think we have in it readme md. Yeah, this one. npx equalize db colon create. This command you will run. It will create a new database. Didn't work. What was the error you were getting? Any credentials problem? That's what. E-commerce.category don't exist. E-commerce.category don't exist. Category don't exist. You are trying to create a database right now. Why it is trying to look for tables or models? Because you can see e-commerce.category, it means it is trying to look for models. So first you should create a database, then it should go for categories. Like when you will run node index.js, then it will go for e-commerce.category. I have created the cart model, what to pass in associate. So you can see here, like it, in the models, these are the association things which we are doing, right? Cart dot belongs to many mod products through cart products, and same goes for products also. Products belongs to many cart through cart products. That's what we have to do for association. Okay. Then I think the next thing which we are going to do, we have already created the model. We have already created the relation also. Now with the first thing, I think, yeah, creating a cart, right? That's the first thing. You can see simply in the cart API, they are just simply passing the user ID. And that's what we are also going to do. The same user ID will pass it here. Because cart ID and user ID will be same for us. Okay. Because cart and user has same relation, so we can have the cart ID and user ID same. So let's see, Sarah, there's one doubt. Illegal arguments, bcrypt. This error is coming from bcrypt. So looks like in bcrypt, I remember we were trying to pass password, right? So it looks like are you not getting the password? Is it getting undefined? That's what the error is looks like, Sarad, because the error is coming from bcrypt, and I remember in bcrypt we are just simply passing the password. So can you check that through the console that you are getting password or not? Put the console.log before bcrypt and check that are you getting the password or not. Okay. Arad also has doubt, so let's pick his doubt also. So e-commerce dot category does not exist. This is the error coming. Hmm. Hey, it means like you have the database, but you do not have the model still now. So it looks like are you doing sequelize.sync, Arad, in the main index.js file? Sequelize.sync. Yes, you have to do that. Then only these tables will be synced, right? Then only these tables will be synced. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's now do the first thing, which is our create a cart, right? If you see the slides, sure, Arad. So if you see this slide, they are simply passing the user ID as a cart ID and then simply creating it. So we will do these things not in any new API. We will do the similar thing while we are creating our user. And where we are creating our user? We are creating our user in auth.js in signup API, right? At that time, you can see user.create is happening, right? So now here we will write, here first we'll call our cart model, and then simply after this, we will call one more thing. And we will write await cart dot create, and we will simply pass our user ID here. Correct? As we are passing the username, email, password, similarly, we'll pass our user ID here. So we can say ID column user.id. And by the way, I think we do not need also these things, because see, in the database, if we look into the database cards, so see, we have four columns, right? ID, cost, created ad, and updated ad. And ID will be automatically incremented. Correct? So in one way, we do not need to pass anything. And see, cost could also be null. So we do not need to create actually any IDs here. This ID will automatically the user ID only, but we are just simply passing it. So let's see how that looks like. Okay, let's see. Let's run it. Are we getting any error? So we'll see that. Nodeman index.js. npx nodeman, sorry. npx nodeman index.js. I personally believe we just simply need to call card.create. The new entry automatically will be created. Let's create a new use. Let's create a user. Let's create a new user. Now user has been created successfully. Let's see first the users. Yes. The ABC Arpit123. Yes. ABC. Yeah. So new user has been created. Let's see in the cards. So you can see one ID has been created here, right? And right now there is nothing in the card products. Because we have not added anything. So you can see automatically one has been created here. So it seems like we just, if we not pass anything, if we do not pass anything in the create, it will just create a new entry there in the card table. Okay. So, but now the important part is updating a cards. That would be our next API. Correct? Let's create a new routes here in the routes model, in the routes cart. Okay. And that would be routes dot put. Okay. Let's take the name from here in the slides. Yeah, this is the name. Ecom slash API slash V1 slash cart. Okay, the same thing. Slash ecom. We can copy it from other routes. Yeah. Rather than categories, we will take the cards. And then we will take the ID also. And this will be our cart ID. Correct? And let's take it update cart. This is our controller method, which we are going to write it. Update cart. We'll export it here and we'll go to the cart and then let's create a new function here. Async function update cart. Accept, which will accept two arguments, request, response, right? And then simply export it. Module dot exports update cart. Okay, guys. So that's what we did. We have created one controller here, update cart. Okay. And now you can see we are taking the cart ID here. So like why we are taking the cart ID? We want the cart ID so we can understand which cart we want to update. Correct? Which cart we want to update. So that's why we have taken the cart ID. Correct? Meanwhile, Suraj has one doubt. So let's see his doubt. And then we will move further. Not showing table cart, anyone know? So that could be the reason for you have not done the sync, the sequelize.sync. In main index.js Suraj, you might not have done the this part, this thing. Where is it? Yeah. Here you have to done instead of sequelize.authenticate, you have to do sequelize.sync and pass force as true. You have to uncomment all these things, then default data will also created. That could be the reason for this. Okay, so try that. Okay, guys, so now let's move further in our controller part. So first, let's find out the cart here. So for that, first we'll call our cart model. We'll require it. We got our cart model. Correct. So now let's find it out the cart model. First, do the try catch. So all the things could be easily catched. All the uncaught thing. So response dot status dot send, pass the message, internal server error, and also pass the error. So we can understand what is the error is coming. Okay. Now let's first find it out the cart. So let's see. Const cart equal to await cart dot find by primary key. Right? We can do find one also or find by primary key. And how we will get the cart ID? We are going to pass it in params. You can see, right? In the where is it? Let me show you. 1 minute. Let me close all the things. Then I will show you. Yeah. Yeah. This is the ID which we are passing, right? As a cart ID, which we want to update. So let's take the cart ID from there. Cart ID is equal to request dot params dot ID. So from there we'll take the cart ID and then we'll pass this cart ID here. Correct? Correct. So now we get the cart, right, guys? So now we get the cart. So now what we need to do in the next thing? Now we need to first check in the update API. We will be passing the product IDs, whatever the products we want to add. So we will pass the product IDs. So how we will take that? We will take that from the products only, right? So now here we can simply first check the card, like whatever the card you are passing that exists here or not. So if card, then go for next thing. Otherwise, simply throw the error. Simply throw the error response.send, response.status. If that card does not exist in database, like somebody can pass any card IDs, right? Which does not which might not be exist in our database. So we can simply throw the error. Card does not exist. Card does not exist, right? Now if card exists, So we are going to pass the product IDs. So let's take the product IDs also from our body. So request dot body dot product IDs. Okay, so let me show you in the slides here how that will look like. Yes, you can see this screenshot, guys. You can see this is the update one only. So we are passing /1, the cart ID, and then we are passing the product IDs here. Correct? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so see, because in the cart we want to add these products, and in our database we have only 3 products, right? If I show you my database and if I go into the products, we can see these 3 products are there, and their quantity is there, their cost is there. So in our database, in our like carts, we are going to add the IDs and cost. Okay, so let's now what is the next thing we need to do? We need to add these products in our cart. Correct. So first let's find it out our products IDs. These product ID exist in the in the product table or not? Because somebody can pass these product ID wrongly also, right? These product IDs 1, 2, 3, they can pass wrongly also. So first we need to check that these product ID exists in our product table or not. So, and that's what we will be doing here. You can see product.find all. So let's do that. Now for that we need one more model, that would be products model, right? Products model. Correct. So now we have taken the products model. So now let's find it out the products also. Const product equal to await products dot find all, because now these are multiple, right? And we can keep where condition here, where the IDs. Correct. That's what we will do, right? Let me check the code here. Yeah, because we have to check the IDs. Request dot body, or we have already taken the product IDs. We need to pass the request dot body. We can simply take the product IDs, right? Now we'll get our products. Let me also, no need to console it. We know that we will be having the products here. Correct. So now let's see. Now first check that if product exists, then go further. If product else, simply same line. 400 product does not exist. Okay, we can simply say products does not exist. So now if products are there, now what we need to do, guys, the next thing what we need to do, we just need simply set. We just need to simply set these products in the cart. So guys, the next thing what we need to do, once we got our all of the products in the products variables, we just need to simply set those products in our cart product tables, which is the relational table, right? So that's what we need to do. Let's do that. If our products are there, then simply do the await cart, because this is the cart, right? This will have the method set products. Set products. And we can pass simply all the products there. All the products here. Let's return it from here. Let's see this is working or not. Then we will go further from here. You can see simply here product got updated. You can pass the message here. Product got updated. Or product got added in the cart. Added in cart. So guys, see, we haven't done anything. Let me revise it again. So from the UI side, we got the cart ID in our request. We have taken it through our params, request.params. Then we are checking this cart ID exists in our database or not. For that, we did cart.find by primary key. If that cart does not exist, we are simply throwing the error, cart does not exist. Once we check our cart exists, now from the UI, we are also getting the product IDs. Those products which we need to add in carts, right? So now we got the product IDs. So now we are checking all those product ID exists in our database or not. we will get some extra information about those products. And once we get those products, then we are going further here. And then we are, I think here we have to do if products dot length greater than 0, because this will be array. You remember in one place we got this error. If product dot length greater than 0, then go inside it. If not, then we simply say product ID does not exist, right? And then we are simply setting those products in our main relational table, which is cart products. So let's test this, guys. Let's call this thing, let's call this API now. Let's create a new API, which is the post. Let's call http colon host slash localhost our URL 2500 and our API name. Correct? Let's go into slash ID. Let's give, because we have only one cart ID right now. Let's give it that. In the body, go for JSON and pass the product IDs. So the product IDs is going to be 1, 2, let's add 2 products only. Okay, guys. Where set products came from? Products is model name. So see, set products comes from many to many association, which is happening between cart and products, right? So when we have many to many association, set and get, these two methods automatically comes, right? So that's from there the set products are coming within the cart. So with the, as you remember about the get roles and set roles, similar way, because we have the many to many relation between the cart and products also. So that's why we are having the set products, and we also have the get products. Okay, Likit. Okay, so now let's test it. Is it working or are we getting any error? So we are getting error. So let's see what is the error. So looks like our API is a little bit wrong. Huh? Okay, it's not post, it's put, guys. So that's why this was we are getting error. It's a put, right? And we are passing the post. So let's pass it. Let's call it again. So product got added in cart. So let's check in database. Yes, that was the error. Let's check in a database. So cart has one entry, products has 1, 2. Let's check cart products. So we can see one cart ID has 2 products, product ID 1, product ID 2. And that's what we are trying to do here, guys. We have added 2 products in our cart. Now let's see what are the next thing they are doing here. So I think the next thing what they are doing here, they are adding the cost. So see what they are doing now, they are going for the get products, getting all the products from the database, and then they are just adding the cost and name. Then they are simply sending back all the response to client. You can see. So why they are doing it? Because they want to show the customer like what is the cart ID. You have what is the cart ID? You have added all the record. What are the product you have selected? We will show you all the names and cost. Then I will show you the total cost. Like if you simply go to the Amazon.com also, I'm just opening the Amazon.in and I've already signed in. So let's click on this. Let's add 2, 3 products in cart. So where is the add to cart option? Yeah, this one. Add to cart. This is the first product which is got added. Let's open again. You can see right now they are calling the put API only. This API put. And let's add one more here. Add to cart. So now if I go to the cart screen, you see the product and their price and the total price. Correct? So that's what they are also reverting back from here. They are also returning as a response. So they are again going to the cart.set products, searching for those items, right? They are searching for that items and then simply adding all the cost of that products and simply returning the result. So we'll also do that, no problem. Let's go into the callback again. Yeah, till now we have set the product, correct? In our database, now we have already set the products in the cart product tables. So now we want to return back the response, what are the products has been added and what was the cost of those products and the total cost also. So that's what the logic we are going to write. This is the logic we are going to write. Till now, whatever we have written, all the database operations, right? Now we are going to write some of the logics which we want to return back as a response to our client. So that's what we are going to write the response. So very simple. The first thing which we are which we are going to do, we are going to get all the products. So get const products from cart dot get products. Whatever the products has been added in that cart, only give me those products. Somebody will asking why we are taking two times products. This is the products which we are checking in our database, in the product database. But right now, I am only taking those products which are added in cart. So let me add it. Let me take the correct variable name, cart products. Okay, those products only which are in the cart product table. Okay, so let's take the cart product. Get all the products. So cart dot get products. Let's return it back from here. Rather than returning this, let's return it all the response till here. Let's see first what we are getting. Then we'll do the manipulation here. So we are getting empty. What happened? Cart dot get products. Oh, await is not there. I think you guys have already told me that, but that's fine. Because this is the database operations. So we need await also. Yes. Can you guys see that now? Whatever the product we have added, 1, 2, all the informations are coming of them. Correct. So now we just need to simply do the cost addition, and then then we have to show the final cost. Rather than showing all the information, we will only return back name, ID, and individual cost, description also, and I think, yeah, description. I think these four things we will send back for each products, and then we will send the total cost. That's what we want to return back as a response. Okay, so let's see how we'll do that. So definitely we have to do the looping between the cart products, correct? But before that, let's take the one variable, total cost, and we'll keep it as a 0, correct? Total cost is 0 right now. Let's loop it for let. So guys, this is the logic which we are doing just for displaying some of the information as I showed here in the UI. You can see in the cart how the informations are showing. This is the product name, product description, product ID, and individual cost, then the total cost. That's what we are going to return as a response when somebody is adding our products. So let's do that. So let's loop it cart products dot length. This is called the business logic part. Okay, I plus plus. Okay. Now let's what we need to do. Yes, we need to first take all the okay. Let's take one variable also. So which will be the final response. So final response. Okay. Let's take it as a new object. We'll see first one by one. So first talk about the total cost. So total cost plus equal to or equal to total cost plus part products I dot cost. Correct? Individual cost will every time come and it will be added in total cost. And then we will update the total cost here. Correct? This is the logic, very simple. Every time take the cost, like see this object. Every time take the cost from each object and then add it into total cost. So first time it will be 0 plus 870. So 870 will be total cost. Then in the next iteration, cost will be 280. So then 870 plus 280. Then we'll get a total cost here. Good, right? Okay. So now in final response, also add the other some other information for that object. Okay. So let's see. Yes, I think we can do that here only. So if we'll create the one objects, yes, I think rather than taking this, let's create an array here. Let's create an array here. Like we can say added products, right? Added products. Let's take an array, because in array we can have the multiple elements, right? So that's what I was trying to do. So let's add the push multiple elements here in each iteration. So let's push one object here. So first would be the ID, and here we will take the same logic. Cart product ID dot, instead of cost, let's push the ID, and then name of that product, correct? Individual cost also, let's push the individual cost also, and description, right? Let's take the description, correct? Yeah. Now in this added products, we will have all the information of this, and then we have total cost. Now let's back. Now let's send our final response. Let's send our final response. So this final response will be one object, right? So first we will send the total cost. This is our total cost there, and then we will add the added products. Correct? Now let's see how this looks like. So some error. So let's see what is that error. Okay, so we got error here. It means something is problematic here. Huh? Card products are there. Card products dot length is there. Let me see in the chat if you guys have seen the error. What could be the error? Error in 25, I think. Okay. Line number 25. Total cost plus card products I dot cost. Oh, is it the? Let me print then. Let me print the card products here. Then we can understand what is the error here, right? Card products is there. Card products, yes. Spelling is correct. So let's see. So we got the card products here. See here they look very weird. Huh? So card products data values. Okay. Again, we need to take the data values. Then it will work. Okay. Let's take this card product inside, and then loop put it I here. Could be the reason. We need to take the data values, this key. Then we can only get the ID, cost, and these things. Possibly. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think so. We need to take data values, guys. I'm not sure how how earlier it was working for them. We need to take the data values also everywhere. We cannot directly access it. This is coming in data values. Yeah, I think you were right, click it. We haven't take the data values. That's why. Oh, we still get the error. What is it now? Okay. Okay, so are we taking anywhere wrong? Card product is there. Card product spelling is correct. We have also taken the data values now. We are taking the description also. What is it? Which is why we are failing? Is it this? We have like we have to pass two ways like this. Could be the reason. Let's see. Total cost. But this should not be the reason. Like object destruction could happen internally also. But let's see. We are still getting errors, so not sure what is the reason here. So as we can see, our products here. So okay, this is our product, right? And it has the data values, correct? And then we are fetching the cost from there, correct? Total cost is there, right? And then in the same loop, we are trying to create cart products.data values.id, name, cost, description. Spelling is wrong. Description. description. No, spelling is also right, right? Oh yeah, its spelling is also right. So what could be the reason? Hmm. Is it the const one? But yeah, with array that will work, right? Hmm. What could be the reason here? Length is there, I plus plus here. Hmm. Let's print out the total cost also, and let's see. Is it this we are getting error, or let's see. Total cost also we printed and print the added products also. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's see our console now again. So products is there, and okay, this is the first product only. And okay, okay. By the way, I'm not getting that second console, total cost one. Wait, data values ID is the one. Okay. Oh, is it the same error which we are getting earlier, the undefined one with I? That's why it is happening. Okay, if that's the case, let's check this. Let's put the cost directly here. Are we able to access it or not? But yeah, cost is coming, right? 870 is there. Then why that total cost is not coming? Oh, okay. Anywhere, guys, you guys are seeing any error here? We are simply adding it, right? And total cost, which is our zero. Oh, I see. We cannot change it. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Got it. Because that was very weird error. Oh yeah, this was the error, guys. Only, not any other thing. I just missed it. This variable is the const, right? We cannot update that variable. That was the error only. Very weird error. See, that's why TypeScript is better. TypeScript will tell you at that time only in the front time only. It will tell you you do not need all these things. It will work. Yeah, yeah, it works. Okay, so I will stop it here, guys, and let's see. I will see your queries, and then I will push this code. I dot cost. Yeah, that was not the problem. Problem was const here. This variable total cost. We were trying to update this variable, and this variable we kept it as a const. In array and in object, const can work. That's fine. But with a normal variable where we're going to assign integer and string and binary, the const we cannot change this value. That's why the error was. Okay. So let me explain the code again to you guys. Okay, how this is working, and some business logic is also there. So guys, see, we are trying to update our cart with this API, where we will pass our cart ID number in params, and in body we are going to pass our product IDs. These are the products which we want to add in our database, in our cart, not in database, in our cart. Okay, these are the products like product number one, product number two. So yeah, so we started with checking that this cart number which client has providing us, does that cart number exist in our database? How we did it? Cart dot find by primary key. We have put the cart ID there. If cart exists, that's good. Let's check the product IDs. We go for that. We went into the products table and check for all those product IDs. If those product IDs exist, let's go further and then set our table also. Then set this table, the middle table, which is the cart dot set. This cart products. Set this table. So after setting this table, now all the database part is done. It's now some manipulation which now we want to return some data to the client where the client can see all the products which he added, some information about those products and the total cost. So how we will do that? That we'll do with the help of cart.getProducts. So we'll get all the products here And then after getting, we are calculating our total cost, and then some information about product will be added in this array. So you can see cart product dot length, and then we are adding our cost here. Then we have created our small, like in this array, we are just simply pushing the new object every time. This is the first object, which will keep the ID first, like product ID 1, then the second time product ID 2. And then we are simply returning the result from here. I think the same API, guys, same logic will work for get cart also. If I create one more function like get cart and take the request and response, I think same logic will work here there also. I think first we have to find it out that. Let me show you. Let me copy all the things from here. I think because for the get cart, everything will work similar, right? So in the get cart, guys, we will get the params. We will get the ID from inner params. We will go for primary key. And if the cart exists, we do not need to do product IDs now, because now product ID will not be there, right? This part we do not need to do. And then I think this if also not needed, because we are not going to set it, right? We are, because we're simply getting the products. We do not need to set the product here. We just need to write the same logic here also. Await cart dot get products, total cost, and simply return it. That's what we need to do. The similar thing in the get cart also. So I think we can create one more routes here for get cart also. Here we can create one more route for get cart also, and we can change our method to get cart. Get cart. Let me check in the slides if they are adding anything else in the get cart. Okay. So yeah, I think yeah, they are just simply passing ID in product selected and cost. Yeah, looks good. So see guys, we are not passing the cart ID. We can pass the cart ID also. That's fine. Let me first commit these changes, and then we will look into your queries. Yeah. Cart APIs. And I will want you guys to also try it. And yeah, till now, I think verified token is also missing. Right, guys? I think, yeah, I haven't added it because these operations only authenticate user could do that. So we need to put our middleware also. I missed that part, so let me add it. Let's go into the middleware and call the verify token and put it into between these two, which you guys already aware of. Verify token. Now, no, only the sign-in user can access it. Unauthenticated user can't do that. So let's push these changes also. Cart API for authenticated user. Hit push. Yeah. Now let me check your queries. Yeah. So let's see. Added products is also const. How we are adding items. See, array works differently. Arrays and objects work differently in JavaScript with the concept of const, because array in the array we keep informations as a reference, not the original value. You guys have seen the earlier example, pass by value and pass by reference. In array and objects we use pass by reference, but in the simple variables like integer variable, string variables, and also like binary variables, though those uses the pass by values. So that's why we cannot change the pass by values in const. We can change the pass by reference. So that's why added products is fine with const. Okay, sir, how are we initially creating a cart and assigning IDs to it? I mean, what code is responsible? We have added that call, assigning IDs to it. Yeah, we have added that code while we are doing sign up. You see, in the sign up, while you're doing the sign up, we have called this file, await cart.create. Here we are creating the cart ID. This part of the code was doing that. So please, guys, now copy this thing, clone it. ID same as user ID. Yes, yes. Yes, Ekdam. I think we should not pass the user ID also. It should auto, because ID will be auto incremented created. So we see like right now I'm passing the user IDs, but we should not pass the user ID also. Automatically ID will be auto incremented. But right now I'm passing the user ID. Okay. So guys, everyone, please do the changes and please try it. Please test it. Okay. Nilanjan, Ankit, Vishal. Yes, I have updated it into Rapo. You can simply go to the session 6 and please take the changes from there. Okay, sure. Please run it now. You have to first sign in now because verify token I have added the middleware. So you have to first sign in, get the token, and anyone can, like if you are not admin or you are the admin, you can do that. So for the steps, these are the steps, right? This is for updating product IDs. So you have to call this first. Before that, you need to sign in with this API. Where is the API for sign in? This is the product. Yeah, this is a sign in API. First, you have to do the sign in. You have to get the token. Then you have to go for the put API and put the token in headers like this X access token. Let me do that. Let me see if my server is running. Let me run. Let me start my server. Yeah, let's do the sign in. Guys, just see the flow again. Let me see if my screen is shared. Yes, it's shared. Okay, now let's see. Username password is not correct. So it seems like I have changed the username password. So let me check this. Yeah, it's Arpit123. 123. Yeah. Now we got the token here. Just copy this token, go for the update API, put it this token here. Right. So we have already added 1, 2. Let's add 3 also. We have added one product which cost is 1200 and we have. And we similar way we can call the get API also. We need to pass rather than put, call the get here. And I think we will get the same result. Right? So that's how you need to test it. Okay, Nilanjan? Sir, but if you are creating card inside the user sign up method, it will correspond to user ID anyway, as it will be auto incremented same time. Yes, it will be same thing. It will be auto incremented also. And that's why I'm saying we should not provide the user ID inside there. We should simply call card.create with blank curly braces, with blank braces. Automatically this will be created. Yes, for every user there will be card. That's right. So Suraj has one doubt. I think Likhit has already answered. So, but yeah, let me see that. Select 1 plus 1 as a result. Okay. What is the error here? So if you already done the sequelize.sync, you are going for sequelize.authenticate. Yes, these are the right steps, Suraj. So sequelize.sync only needed when you have created a new model which you want to sync up in your table. So that's why you will do the sequelize.sync. Once you are already done the sequelize.sync, you can go for sequelize.authenticate. Okay, Suraj? Sure, sure. So see, for the card thing, how we have started, guys. So we have started with creating a card, right? So as we are saying, while creating a card, every card will be one-to-one, have one-to-one relation with users. So that's why I have not created a new route for creating a card. What I did instead, while we are doing sign up, at that time only, I just called the card.create. And I am passing right now ID colon user ID, but I personally feel we do not need that. because ID field is automatically auto incremented. So automatically new cart ID will be created there. Okay, but I have passed the user ID, so we'll keep the user ID and cart ID as a sync. That's why we did it. Okay, so once we have created our cart, now what is the next step? So next step is we are going to add products in our cart. Correct. So for that we have created one route, and that route name is slash ecom slash API slash v1 slash card slash ID, and you can see it in visualization in Postman also. This is the this is the update one where we are going to update our cards. First, we will pass our cart ID, cart slash one, and then we are going to pass the list of products, whatever the products which we are going to add it into cart. From the UI, we will select it, but on the server side, we will get the product IDs. Correct. So once we get the product IDs, so now let's take a look into our update cart method. Okay, which is in cart.js. So in the update cart, once we get our params ID, we are checking this cart ID exists in our database or not. So that's how we checked it through the cart.find by primary key. We put it your cart ID here and we got the cart here. Once we are saying that yes, cart exists, let's go for product IDs. The product IDs which we have passed. We'll get all the products from product model. That's what we did here. We pass the product IDs in product.find all. We get all the product information. Once we get the product information, now we need to set the relation between cart and products. For that, association has given us one method which is set products. So we simply set all the products here. Cart.set products. This is the part. Till now we are done. We have updated our cart table. We have updated our cart table. We have added products in cart. But we went for one more step, and that step was, I think these all things are not needed here, by the way, because this is the all thing we should do in the get cart only, right? But I think because I'm just simply copying these things here, right? Which we are see that this get cart and update cart last part totally similar. What we are trying to do here, we are just simply getting all the products from cart and then just simply call like iterating into that products and simply adding all the cost here. So you can see there simply like you can escape here. Like once we added the products, no need to like do anything here. You can simply come here in the get cart method. You can see similar thing. Once we get all the products, we are now adding our cost here for individual. So we want to calculate the total cost for our cart, and then all the products which we added in the call in our cart, we are just simply returning the data for that. ID, name, cost, and description. Okay, that's what simply doing. This, see guys, this part which we did in the update last part, that is totally related to get products only, get cart only, which is not needed by the way in the cards. But we have done it here also. So we can get from both places. While we're updating, we'll get all the information. Or while we are calling the get products, we can get the information from there also. Okay. Parag is saying, sir, what about cart if user comes after 3 days and add products, but this time previous products also be there? Oh yes, previous products will also be there because it's just the database, right? In our database, we will have all the information. So in this table, Parag, in this table, the cart product tables, always your entries will be here, right? 1, 2 will always be there. All the products which the user will add in that cart will always be added here. Okay? Okay, Parag? Yeah, Ekta, please tell. Okay, so you are here. Okay, let me invite you. Yeah, Ekta, please tell.
So am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. I just had two questions. Like, first of all, the only difference between this card model and other models is that we are creating it simultaneously. Like, sign up time पे create कर देते हैं. That is the
Correct.
we were discussing at the beginning. जैसे कि हम बोल रहे थे that we are differing on that thing. Also, sir, since we are saying that this user and model, sorry, user and card have one-to-one relationship, so हमने I guess user model में कार्ड को लेके कोई वैसे एसोसिएशन का कोड नहीं ऐड किया है। हम वन टू वन रिलेशनशिप वहां से एस्टैब्लिश कर रहे हैं जहां पे वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग दैट वेरीफाइड टोकन, क्योंकि अगर वेरीफाइड टोकन है तो फिर यूजर कैन परफॉर्म द ऑपरेशन ऑन इट्स कार्ड only if and only if वो verified है, right? Like that verified token thing.
Correct. See, one-to-one association, we do not added anything for that. If you will see between the product and category, yeah, there was one relation, right? One-to-one. We have not added anything for one-to-one relationship anywhere in our models, because that relation automatically created. We are saying everything is one-to-one, right? So that's why we haven't defined anywhere. We just define association for one to many or many to many. For those relations, we have to provide the syntax there.
इस एक जेनेरिक टर्म हम यूज करें दैट इट हैज वन टू वन रिलेशनशिप दिस यूजर एंड कार्ड, बट हम लोग उसको अचीव कर रहे हैं थ्रू दैट वेरीफाइड टोकन मिडिलवेयर.
Correct. So that's why, because the authenticated user will come, and once that authenticated user will come, because that if that middleware is true, it means that that user already exists in a database, and if that
और
user
उसका कार्ड है तो हाँ he or she can perform some operation on its
correct, we can hear.
सर तो बेसिकली हमने हाँ सर आई विल जस्ट समराइज क्योंकि आज का क्लास थोड़ा सा वो ज्यादा हो रहा है तो आई जस्ट वांट टू रीअश्योर कि आई अंडरस्टूड. हाँ सर, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी स्टार्टेड बाय लाइक नॉर्मल मॉडल हमने क्रिएट किया कार्ड के लिए. वी परफॉर्म दैट क्रिएशन इनसाइड दैट साइन अप इटसेल्फ. उसके बाद राउट्स और कंट्रोलर में अकॉर्डिंगली हमने अपना अपडेट गेट का करा एंड राउट्स में हमने ऐड किया और मिडिलवेयर यूज किया अपने हिसाब से. मतलब जैसा मिडिलवेयर आप बोल रहे हो कि गेट और उस पे होना चाहिए, जैसे वेरीफाइड टोकन पे यूज किया एंड इवेंचुअली वी लाइक पोस्टमैन में गए, हम साइन इन किया, यूज दैट टोकन टू परफॉर्म ऑपरेशंस ऑन आवर कार्ड.
Correct.
इज दैट इट सर?
Yes, yes. Okay, that's what we did today.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. नहीं तो फिर आई वुडंट बी एबल टू नेक्स्ट क्लास में दिक्कत हो जाती है. थैंक यू सो मच.
No problem. Every time, anytime, yeah. Okay, so Parag, I want to understand, did you understood what I explained about your question? No. So see, Parag, what I understood with your question. So right now, once user has signed in, right? He has added 3 products, correct? Now after 3 days, he has again come and added 2 more products. So your question is, will he able to see 5 products or not? Right? Right, Parag? That was your question, right? Yes. So see, first time when he will create the products, those 3 entries will be added in our cart product table, right? Next time when he will do, then next 2 entries will come. So then, once he added the next 2 products, we will get all 5 entries. So let me show you that. Let me show you. So right now you can see. Now you can see the first user has come and he has added the 3, right? 1 product he has added. So now you can see in our database for you in the cart 1. Yeah, in the cart 1 product has been added. Now after 3 days, the same person is coming again and he is adding 1, 2 also. Correct? He is adding 1, 2 also. Let's see. So now, oh, I see. I understood your meaning, what you were trying to say here. Okay, okay. So he's deleting the older entries. I see. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's see. That's a good question actually, Parag. So in real scenarios, what will happen? We should also have the existing entries and then we should set the new entries. But yes, in this case, it's deleting the existing entries. And I think it is deleting because we are just setting all the products in cart, which is not good. Correct? Because if you will set it here, it should not delete these entries. So let me think about it. How can we keep our original entries also? So let's think about it. because we have already created the entries. And once we have created the entries, so next time if somebody is coming, that is correct. We have to set the card dot set products, but we should not be deleting the previous entries. That's yes, I think Parag. I will check this part, and yeah, I think card dot save something like that we can do. But yeah, I will check this part, and then I will come back to you. Okay, Parag. But yeah, that was nice question. I thought it's already working, but yes, the logic is not working. But I think you have tested it and then you have told me. That's fine. Yes, this logic should be working, right? Because yes, when in the real scenarios, if we have added two products today, and if we are coming after 3 days, then the next three products should be there. Like the whole five products should be there, not the today's products. That's right. We will check. I will check this part. As before, we are facing errors. The categories and products got added. So we can we implement in cart also to save the products? Error the as before we are facing errors. Categories and products got added. Oh, that was adding actually Nilanjan because we were adding like we whenever we are starting our server, automatically every time we are creating those default records. Those default records automatically got created. That's why it was happening in categories and products. But here the scenario is different. Here the scenario is if one user has added already two products in cart, and again he's trying to add something, so the previous one should not go. He should be adding the new things. He should be like updating the table, not the not changing the save, not the like changing the previous values. So that was the scenario. So that we can use to save the products. Yes, something like that we need to try it. I will check this thing and then I will look for the changes. Okay, guys. So I will look for that and then I will tell you guys about this. What should be the best way there? But I'm thinking like because see, we are trying to set in into middle table user dot set roles. So I'm thinking there should be one property which should not delete the previous record. So like we can pass something in set roles, which should not delete the previous record. It should be doing in like updation, not the like it should doing the modification in table. It should not delete the previous record. So that's what I will think. I will try to look for, and if I didn't find anything, then we need to look for any other ways. By the way, what happened after we place order? How flow happen after? So after placing order, the next thing is the checkout. So we will click on the checkout, whatever the information we are having here, the payment options and like your location, those things will start happening, right? In the real, if we check in the Amazon websites, once we added our products in cart and click on the checkout, so we now select our address, we select our coupon code, all those informations, and then we go for payment option. So that was the next step, which happened in these e-commerce applications. Okay, Parag? But I think we are going to stop it here only in the because according to slides, as I can see, we are going to stop it here in the features. We are only going to add the products in our cart. And next thing, I think the next slide in next class, we are going to look into some testing part. So we are going to do unit testing. First, we will understand how we do unit testing, how we do the testing in our Node.js application. So that's what we are going to do. Next two class is going to be fully regarding the testing part. And then after testing, we are going to deploy our application in the production environment. So people can access it through the public URL rather than the local host. Yes, in last part, we will deploy. So we do not have the payment gateway module in this session. So we have to ask this thing if we want to implement the payment gateway also. But as the Node.js modules, like as the backend developer, the important part for us to understand is how to create APIs, how to create the MVC models, what should be the folder structure. Then the next step is If somebody is asking to create a new routes, we should be able to do that. And then the use of sequelize. Those are the scenarios. I think that was the purpose of this module. That's what we understood. The next part is that was the whole development part, right? And the next part would be the testing. So once you are joining any company, you should also know about the testing, right? How whatever code you are writing, how to test this code before running it into the production. And then the next part after this, you should be knowing about the deployment also. So that's what we are going to do. So in deploy part, as we are working in local server, we will be using that in external cloud server. Yes, I think Heroku is there, where we will deploy our application. I have already seen it. Yes, Heroku. I haven't worked with Heroku, but yes, I will just look into that. I have worked with like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. I haven't worked with Heroku, but yes, we will parallelly, like we will together look into the Heroku part. Yeah. When we deploy, what about database? So yes, I think SQL free database. That's what that database we will use, right? In starting we have created a database, right? So that database will create it. Okay, we'll discuss about it, guys. In Postman, we also testing the application. In Postman, we are testing our APIs, but we will write now some of the code where like everything which we have written in our code, every API will automatically test it. Right now, we have to go write every API there, right? Every time token we have to provide. Then we are testing each API one by one. We can do with the directly automating directly unit testing also. Or our code will automatically do the testing rather than manually we are doing it. Okay. So in next class, we will start understanding the unit testing part. But before that, we will look into this problem which Parag has showed us. The the category the product ID deletion. We'll first see that. Okay. Yeah, guys, I would request because tomorrow you guys have we do not have any lecture tomorrow, so I will tell you please practice everything, creation of model, updation of APIs, and you guys also try to solve this problem which we got for the for this part, like where our product IDs are deleting. So you guys also try to resolve it, and I will also try to do it from my side, and then uh, we will see that. Sir, you have not seen my message. Which message, Deepak? Okay, so in real world software, how they handle that much request in Node.js. Okay, so see, in real world, Deepak, what happened? We use PM2 there, right? There is one package called PM2. What it does? It creates multiple instance for your applications, right? It creates multiple instance of your applications, and then we had one load balancer on top of that. Okay, so now there are 5 instances of your server, right? Server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, server 5. 5 different machines are running your code. Now on top of that, we have one load balancer. So every request now directly come to load balancer, and load balancer check all the server instances status, and whoever is free, it will route that request to there. That's how we handle like millions of requests when are coming to our Node.js servers. So we use the load balancer and we create the multiple instances. And this multiple instances, like after million, like now, like after some time, billion requests are coming. We will do horizontal scaling of our servers. We'll create more than 5 instances, like 10 instances, and then we will handle our request. That's how we do that. Okay, Deepak, I hope I answered your question. I think today's session need more practice so that we can test APIs and make some experiment. Yes, Node.js also good where we need to stream the data. Yes, I think Node.js does because in streaming data, all the asynchronous behavior is needed, right? Because in streaming, if streaming means you are not getting everything at once. You are getting in small chunks. And the small chunks mean it's asynchronous behavior. And Node.js is totally best for asynchronous behavior. So that's why for streaming applications, Node.js is always best. So I think that's all for today, guys. I request to everyone, please do more practice. When you will do that more practice, you will learn it more. Okay. We'll connect on Friday now. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Bye bye. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.